and then died out. But shrinking mammoths are not unique to Santa Rosa. Off the north coast of Siberia, on Wrangel Island, paleontologists have found the remains of dwarf woolly mammoths, a case of parallel evolution. Studies show these dwarf mammoths clung to life until about 4,000 years ago. But around the world, mainland mammoths succumbed much earlier. As the climate warmed, the grasslands that had sustained the great beasts gave way to forests in the south, treeless tundra in the north. By 10,000 years ago, both the Columbian and the woolly mammoth were extinct. The world changed drastically at the end of the Ice Age. Perhaps the mammoths could not adapt. Or perhaps the agent of their doom was not climate at all. Another theory lays blame on a two-legged predator, armed with cunning and stone tools. Mammoths first spread to North America over 1.5 million years ago. They would vanish shortly after newcomers arrived on the continent around 11,000 years ago. Following the same route the mammoths had taken eons earlier, a wave of human beings entered the New World across a land bridge that linked Asia to North America. These early Americans would be named the Clovis people, for the New Mexico town where their distinctive stone tools were first found. Their razor-sharp Clovis points have been unearthed at over a dozen sites in association with mammoth remains. The evidence is clear, says paleontologist Paul Martin at the University of Arizona.
These points are found in many places across the country, these Clovis points, and at times they are found together with the bones of the mammoth, and occasionally even with carved bones of the mammoth. So this is the smoking spear, as it were, that links together the discovery of America, the arrival of people we call Clovis hunters, the disappearance of these large animals, the largest of them being the mammoth, and all of this is happening many thousands of years before Columbus enters the New World.
Armed only with stone tools, small bands of Clovis people might seem a minor threat to a species that dominated a continent. But mammoths had never been hunted before and may have been easy prey. Hunters need not have killed all the mammoths, just enough to steadily reduce the animals' birth rates. This argument would also explain the extinction of woolly mammoths. In Eurasia, they had coexisted with humans for nearly 500,000 years. But 11,000 years ago, human populations were expanding. Hunting activity may have dramatically increased. Few would disagree that humans killed mammoths for food and raw materials. Still, many experts cling to the theory that climate was the culprit in the mammoth's demise. Perhaps the idea that our ancestors obliterated the gentle giants is simply too painful to contemplate.
I think we've been reluctant to own up to the possibility that prehistoric people could have done something so incredibly destructive of nature, of wildlife is concerned. But I don't think we should discount the possibility that prehistoric people thousands of years ago, under an unusual circumstance, actually exterminated the mammoth.
In the end, human hunters may have merely tipped the balance for an animal already pushed to the edge of extinction by climate change. We may never know. only 11,000 years ago, a fleeting moment in evolutionary terms, mammoths roamed the earth. It may be their closeness that saddens Larry Eigenbrod most of all.
This is an Ice Age animal that we coexisted with until just relatively recently. People lived with mammoths. When we get into dinosaurs, only the comic strip people lived with dinosaurs, but we lived with mammoths, and they're gone now, and I think we're the worse off for it.
Their flesh sustained us. Their hides kept us warm. Their very stature inspired legends. Though they vanished just a few steps shy of the modern age, they helped our kind cross that threshold. Mammoths are a part of us. As we unravel the mysteries of their fate, we just may learn a lesson about ourselves.